I would say that at the time, it started off me being a more of a willing participant than me being scared to do it.
Okay.
So I don't want people to feel like they have to demonize him because it started off really as me just being willing to do it. But it ended up where I was scared.
Real life. If that shit ain't real life,
it ain't real life. Just say real life street stars. Know what time it is.
All right. So, Vernon, can you hear me? Can you be heard?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, perfect, man. How are your spirits? How you doing? First, let me do our normal reaction. Our normal introduction where we introduce ourselves as real life street stars. We do have Vernon. In regards to his interview, he currently now is leaning towards going viral. Let me ask you, Vernon, before we even get started, as far as responding to any fan questions or anything of that nature, did you get a chance to watch the interview live as it came out? Did you get a chance to digest it live?
Yeah, yes, I did.
Okay. I want to give the fans, some backstory behind this, but I want you to tell it. But I know you had your worries and your concerns about coming on and telling your story. Can you speak to that a little bit as far as, because people are going to first and foremost want to know, and again, we're reading the comment section of why you chose to tell this story at this point and stage in your life, I guess, versus taking it to the grave with you.
What was the last thing you just said?
Versus taking it to the grave, hey, I'm...
Well, because I know that I come from, how you say, humble beginnings, and I just felt like that may have been somebody out there that felt suicidal or not, whatever the case may be, that if they was to hear my story and hear that even through, everything I went through, that I still came out, all right, maybe they could feel the same way in whatever they may be going through, and it could save somebody's life, I guess.
No, thank you. And the courage, let me pop them back up, sorry. The courage that it takes to come forward with this, who in your corner was there anyone in your corner backing you to come tell the story? Anyone family-wise, friend-wise to say, yeah, man, you need to get this story out? Or was it just something that was on your spirit?
Well, just on my spirit, because I didn't really tell. I was kind of nervous to tell anybody really about it, because I didn't want to come off as looking weak. To me, that's just like a taboo thing for a man to talk about rape.
Okay. We got someone in the comments. We got DJ Genesis of Detroit, where she was, and I know you probably saw this in the comments, where they're speaking on Baba Shaka Eric, bringing you on, saying that, of course, they're like she's saying they were trying to demonize him for bringing you on. Can you explain your relationship with the Baba Shaka as far as, for those who don't know, his part of your story?
Well, I would say that at the time, it started off me being a more of a willing participant than me being scared to do it.
Okay.
So I don't want people to feel like they have to demonize him, because it started off really as me just being willing to do it. But it ended up where I was scared.
Right. Yeah. Now, thank you for saying that, because they were saying that he was strong arming you the whole time to twist your arm to do it. And I think even as you spoke on the guy Larry from the interview, that was more them two were more in cohorts together.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get right into the nitty gritty of this, and we're going to work our way around this conversation. As we look at the interview and we see when it comes out, the first thing I noticed that people are asking, and again, I caught this as I was rewatched the interview as I'm watching it live myself, and you said, well, the first time was that the situation as far as the assault, the original assault with the dude in prison, did that happen more than once? Was there more than one time in which that happened?
Yeah, I seen that in the comments too, but I just didn't really respond to that. But now that I got this opportunity, yes, it only happened one time.
Okay.
But he tried several other times to get me to come back to his dorm, but I kept evading him and getting not going to his dorm. But the first time, I don't know why I keep saying that, but it was just that was, I guess, the first time he tried.
Yes.
The first time he tried was the first time he succeeded.
Correct. And I think you were explaining that, we got to do better when, in regards to cutting off our guests, because you were explaining that story that he had attempted to try to get you to come back later, as it was going around, and I know you said nah. With that being said, and thank you for clarifying that.
Okay.
The time frame in which this happened was, I believe, a few weeks after you entered into the penitentiary, correct?
Yes, sir.
And again, we're just working with time frames. When they put that ice pick in your hand, how much time had passed since the assault versus them wanting you to exact revenge? How much time was passed?
The assault happened in December 95, and the ice pick thing happened in April of 97.
Okay.
But keep in mind, that was between two different prisons.
Correct. All right, so let's, real quick, we're gonna. I'm touching on some high level questions that people had questions about. When in the interview, Eric, the Baba Shaka, had stated, "Yeah, those were some friends of mine that did this." What do you mean by that? When he did he know the assailant that had assaulted you? Did he know that person? Were they friends? Him and Eric or Baba Shaka?
That I'm not sure. Because it was all gang related. So I'm not sure who knew who from prison to prison. Because like I said, it happened when Eric came along in prison. I don't know where he heard about this at. I don't know who he knew.
Okay. What prison did Larry go to? Like, where was he at?
I think he was between Texarkana and Oakdale.
Okay, perfect. And I want to take a moment out for everyone who's on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter. As they can see, your Cash App is down there. East Traveler 357. Again, anything is welcome. Anything is appreciated. Whatever you could throw out to Vernon's way. Some people want to know, what do you do now for a living? Why, when they say, why are you telling your story again? I hope one day this story could be sold to a major company that could utilize the story for, not only for you, but also to address, young men who take penitentiary chances, that it does get real. What do you do right now for a living? Like, again, you were 21 and like you said, you're 50 now.
Yes, I sell cars in Bossier City.
Okay, and how long have you been doing that, if you don't mind us asking?
Since April of last year.
All right, definitely. And with that being said, how many jobs have you had coming outside of, prison, the penal system?
Oh man, in the 4 years I've been home.
Yeah.
I probably have. I've been turned down for less jobs than I've gotten, put it like that. Almost every job that I applied for, I got. Like Home Depot, FedEx, Frito-Lay, some big places, but I don't know, maybe just some of my prison ways just still kicked in. So maybe at some point I just walked away from the job. But now I sell cars, and I love that. I don't see myself walking away from that for a while.
Okay, there you go. There you go. Hold on, let's see if we have any questions. We got a lot of love. Genesis wants to be okay. We say hit the like button. What do you feel about when people question your age? Like they say, some people say you look 28.
I'm used to it now. I've been accused. Everybody been saying that for the last 20 years probably. I'm used to it.
Just making sure. All right. And yeah, people are saying, hey, as you're watching the comments, when you see negative comments, do you take? I mean, what's your thoughts when you see negative comments, things like that?
Because just to give a side story, I did not realize your platform was as big as it was until after I did the interview and came home and started asking people that I knew if they knew about your show.
Oh, okay.
And so to my amazement, almost everybody I asked knew about it. So at that point, I started to kind of tell them, hey, look, I did this podcast and this is what was told. I didn't, in my family and friends, and no one ever has said anything bad yet. So it made me feel, good that I was, telling the story.
Yes. So with that being said, like you said, your purpose for those, if anybody's new that's coming in, your purpose for coming on a major platform like ours and telling the story was a cautionary tale to hopefully get this message to people, again, who play penitentiary chances, who might be in your situation looking for a quick come up, but don't understand what the consequences that may come with that. Yep. Does that message still hold strong and dear to, like, now that your story's out, will you be an advocate for continuing to tell this story as people, now that they know who you are? Because a lot of people are like, who's Vernon? Now they got a face, they got a name. And again, you got a cash app, but I'm sure they can reach out. They can reach out to you. Do you want to continue to be a face and an advocate of being able to tell this story as a cautionary tale to young people or older men or whoever, or women in general?
Yes, because like I said, the first time you asked me that question, all I want to do is just help that one person, that feel like it's over, nobody loves them. I just want to reach that one person. So if as long as I can do that, then I feel like it'll be worth it.
Okay, a lot of people in the comment section were saying, "This is so sad. This is so sad. This is so sad." When people are pouring out, that type of emotion, just hearing you tell your story, like, it's so sad. How do you look at it? Like, again, this is 3 decades removed from you now, but how do you look at the overall situation? Do you look at it as sad? Are you more angry? Are you more like, how do you look at it?
That's kind of a real complex question.
Yeah, it is, because this goes over decades again.
Yeah. That's a complex question.
Well, let me ask you this then, because I want you to answer, but when you watched the interview, were you saddened by telling the story?
Yes, but I also kind of looked at it from, I want to say, a hardcore man perspective. When I looked at it, I was like, man, I just look weak. I just look weak. That's how I felt. I'm like, what? I just look weak. A couple of people I told that, so I was like, what you think? They was like, oh, I loved it. I was like, man, I just felt nervous because but I don't want nobody to really have that feeling, because in the moment, like I said, when I first started, I was willing. I did it wholehearted. But as it progressed, I got scared. So maybe you can look at the end of it all and probably say it was sad.
What,
you know, but at the beginning, don't be sad because I did it as a willing participant in the beginning.
okay, yeah, I want them to know that because they might think like, Real Life Street Stars. Of course, you weren't on our radar. We did know of Eric. We did know of Baba Shaka, and of course, he was saying that there was a story that I have with one of the guys I went to. One of the guys that I was doing this business with. He has a story himself that he wants to tell, and of course, then we got you in. As you said, you look weak. Are you talking about in your storytelling or just what happened to you?
What happened to me? What I allowed happened to me.
Okay. As you're telling it, as you said, like it makes me in a way look weak. Do you feel, again, this is for the anyone that might be going through this, that a show of strength would have changed the outcome? Like,
hold on, I'm trying to fix my light real quick.
Oh no, go ahead. So I was about to say you got freckles like a mug, dude. Like what's who knew? Now go ahead, take your time.
Now, what was the question?
Do you feel like you said, as you're telling the story, you're looking at, you explaining what happened, it makes you look weak. Do you feel like you should have had a more show of strength back in the time when when you're 21 years old? Because again, this is for people watching this and may take from this good or bad. Should you have said, let me show strength either within this moment or the moment I walked in? Because again, hindsight is always 20/20. Would it have mattered if you showed strength back then?
I mean, I feel like it may have made a difference, but I never know. But like I said, I think I even said it during the interview that once I got into it, I just didn't leave because I was scared because they knew where my mom lived.
Okay.
So that's what made me continue on and stay after I just got to get out of this. I want to get out of this, but I really don't. I can't get out of this because everybody knows where my mom is at.
Right. Someone asked a question in the comments of the interview, said, why would you be using another man's bathroom in another man's cell?
Because I was in there drinking and I thought he was my friend. I mean, I didn't know he was like that kind of guy. He didn't come off as that type of guy. We hadn't even gotten on any type of homosexual conversation. So by me just coming into the prison and me not knowing anything about prison, I immediately began to trust a person that I shouldn't have. I know that now. I knew that after it happened, but at the time I didn't. I'm new. I don't know anybody, but this is the only person that I know. So
was it common for people to have cells to themselves where they're by themselves, or did most people have cellmates at the time?
It just varied. It was, it depends. Some people, if they had been there for a while, they got that seniority to where, but when I first started in '95, it wasn't overcrowded. So you had a lot of people that had cells to themselves.
Okay.
Hey, Vernon. This is Rook. How you doing?
All right. How you?
Good. I had a question. Have you forgave the man that did that to you?
Honestly, I hadn't even thought about it. I once I went to therapy, I just dealt with it and I just moved on. I mean, up until I started therapy, it bothered me, but once I went to therapy, I never gave it a second thought to forgive or not forgive him.
Did you?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Joe.
I
was just saying, like, did you ever want to, like, did you know the guy's name? Did you ever want to tell somebody, like, who he was, like, to put him on blast for doing this?
Oh, I don't even know all I remember was the nickname he had. So, I mean, it wouldn't really matter.
Okay, someone in the comment asked, are you on the spectrum, the autism spectrum or special needs spectrum? We just asking the questions. They pop up, we ask them.
No, I'm not.
Okay. And someone else also said, I thought he was giving you hints. Was the dude giving, like, well, of course, again, hindsight. Were the hints, like, right there in the open, like, from what you saw?
Again, no, because even if he was giving me hints, when I said he was giving me hints, that's me looking back, playing over after it happened, all the conversations we had. So then I know what, damn, that's why he said that. That's what that meant. But in the moment, while everything was happened before all the conversations before, the innuendos, no, I didn't catch those. That's what I mean why he was giving me hints. I just didn't catch them.
Okay, definitely. You have a military background, correct?
Yes.
I'm just asking for, again, this is for the young people coming up. For what you feel, the military, did it help or hurt just you in life as far as coming home and having to rob banks after you got out the military? It sounds like dead presidents.
Once I saw that movie again, I thought about me. I was like, oh well. But no, I don't think either one has to do with anything other than if I wouldn't have got out the military at the time that I did, I probably wouldn't have caught this charge. Because I would have still been in the military.
Okay. I want to ask you, you said therapy has helped. Did therapy help immediately? Did it take time to kind of build, go through therapy? And what is therapy in prison like?
It took me a while to kind of build up to it, because at first, to be honest, when I first really started going to therapy, I was going to check out the female. I was really going to play. I wasn't going to take it serious, because I wasn't just on that mindset yet. But as I was going to every week to my counseling session, then I started to actually really work on myself and realize, hey, I got some issues I need to work on. And so it actually worked for me.
There you go. They asked, did someone slip something in your drink, like a Mickey? Do people have that in prison, like to be able to, if they make hooch, can they, I know drugs can get into prison, can they put like some type of, like, I guess, date raping drug in a prison? I mean, in a drink?
No, it was just some hooch that we had made, they had made.
Okay. Someone said they're from Shreveport as well, and they said, do you know anybody on the lake side of things, over near Lakeside?
Hold on, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, you had cut out. You cut out.
Okay, apologies. Someone, shout out Taylor. She said she's from Shreveport, or it might be here. I don't even know. They said, do you know anybody from Lakeside?
Possibly. I mean, I know people all over the city.
Okay, definitely.
Or at least I did.
Okay, definitely. And again, we're trying to let people know, if you're new, we have Vernon. He has an interview that's going right now on the Reallyfe Productions, Reallyfe Street Stars channel, called The Story of Vernon. As you can see, his Cash App is at the bottom of the screen, East Traveler 357. Anything helps and supports this man's cause, again, because as brave as you saw he sat down, let his story be known, and he would like to see this. He would love to see something come from this and go from there. So definitely, if any support could be given, Cash App, East Traveler 357. Let me see. Is you from Cedar Grove? I heard about the bank robbers from there. Did you do any bank robberies over in Cedar Grove?
What bird is? No, it was in Highland.
Okay. Do you frequent back to the spots you hit before? Like, have you become a customer to one of those spots?
Oh. No.
Okay. It's one of those, like, you choose to stay away from those banks, or you just
because the only bank that we did here in Shreveport, just the area of town that is in. Now I drive by it sometimes, but it's just the area. I'm just not on that side of town a lot.
Someone mentioned 50 Cent, DJ Genesis mentioned 50 Cent opening a new studio in Shreveport. Would you be open to 50 Cent telling your story? He does Power, BMF.
Well, I mean, who wouldn't?
Okay. Anybody you would have play you?
Hey, I thought about that the other day when you asked me that when we did the interview the first time. It's funny that I didn't say it then, but when I first started writing my book, I really did think of what's Donna Ross' son's name?
Oh, you're gonna make me Google it, man. I don't even know. You're gonna make me Google it.
Oh, Evan Ross.
Evan Ross, yeah.
I always thought Evan would play me.
Now I would say, a guy who could play you is the dude from I don't know if you remember a movie named Clueless. His name is Donald Faison. Google him.
I know him. I know.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I'm about to say, Donald Faison could definitely get in the story of Vernon.
Yeah.
Okay, and again, shout out 50 Cent. Have you noticed his presence in Shreveport? Is his presence felt in Shreveport right now?
Who? 50 Cent?
50, yeah.
To be honest, I don't know because I don't really. I work and go home.
Okay. All right, definitely.
Because I sell cars, so my work schedule is like 8:30 in the morning to 7 at night.
Oh, no, definitely. There's no time to. You don't hang out. I know you stated you were in the comments while we were live, and someone said, "Hey, he's cute. Does he have a girl?" And you said, "Right now, you are single, getting over a breakup."
Yeah.
How long ago was the last relationship you were in, and how bad was the breakup?
The relationship started at the beginning of June. When I came to do the interview with you, me and her was together because I even mentioned her in there, but I said it in a past tense. We just broke up beginning of this month. We was only together for a month.
Okay, can you speak on a reason? You don't got to go into details, but why the breakup happened? You feel her fault, your fault?
Well, I'm just gonna say due to unfortunate circumstances.
Okay. All right. Well, with that being said, not only does he have a Cash App, he's also on. But that's good, man. Looking for love, and I know I want you to reiterate because you said that this story, especially now that it's out, you don't mind, of course, if you are looking to date. You don't mind bringing this up to a lady as far as if you're speaking to her. Is it something that you kind of know what you want to say or how you want to lay this out to, or is it something that just naturally happens when you're speaking to women?
What, about me being raped in prison?
Correct.
Well, to be honest, every female I've dated or met, because even the ones that I haven't went on a date with, as I'm talking to them, within the first conversation, I tell them that I was in prison because I don't want to. It was something Steve Harvey said on the show. I don't want them to start liking me and then get down the road and find out that I'm not who I portrayed to be in the beginning. So I tell them up front, hey, I was in prison. Now, about the rape thing, I kind of wait a little bit into the dating part. But it just depends on how the relationship is progressing. But I tell them all.
Okay, definitely. And it's funny because, they say now in relationships, you have to live in your truth. You should have nothing hidden. So is your life now, can you see your life being more of an open book now? Because this is a big monkey to get off your chest. You know what I'm saying? This is like one of the things that, again, like I said, most people will say, I'll take to the grave. I don't need to. But again, for your life and trying to educate the young American kids out here, you're doing something very brave and something very bold. Does it change your mindset, even like as far as, my life's an open book now? I don't mind. Now that you kind of got this out, do you mind, like, I'm going to go into, I used to steal candy bars when I was a kid.
I don't know. I haven't given it a thought.
Okay, time is coming. As we again, this interview released yesterday, and I believe overall it's probably going to be over 100,000 views by tonight overall. So that's 100,000 people that probably know you by face. So walking in the candy store, the Walmart, or racetrack is going to change for you. Someone asked, is it hard for him to even go into a bank and not think like, man, ...
No.
Okay. You don't mind?
But now, I still go in the bank sometimes as if I have to stand in there in line. I do look at it in that criminal mind. I'll be like, okay, well, there's the camera there. If I did this, if I did that, but it's just me play acting because I know I've done it before.
So when they say, Mr. Vernon, how can I help you? And you'll say, I'd like to make a withdrawal. I know it's for the money you have, but do you ever think like, ooh, I could make a real withdrawal right now, boy? We can change the clock right now. We don't condone. We don't condone.
I definitely do not condone it. Let's get that understood. I'm only laughing about it because it's a part of my life.
There you go.
It was unfortunate that I had to go through that, but again, without that experience, I don't think that I would be the mature man that I am today.
Okay, someone asked, have you looked into getting benefits as a veteran? Did you exit the military as a veteran?
Yes.
And are there benefits in regards? I mean, I don't know how it works with like felons or.
I still get out. I get I'm up benefits through the VA, but dental.
Okay. Someone did want to know the difference between banks now versus banks then. Do you know a difference if when you walk in? Not saying you're casing it, but just asking. Do you see the difference in banks now versus banks back then?
No.
Okay. All right. Oh, so someone here go another person asking, did we force you to tell your story? So I want to reiterate. They're asking us, did we force you to tell your story?
We as in real life?
So maybe real life, or did anyone force you to tell the story?
No.
Are you being strong-armed to force it?
No.
Okay. And I want to tell any other people that has stories to tell, with something this big, that kind of happened in your background. There are avenues outside of keeping it to you. You can possibly turn this into something. So that's technically our goal. Again, y'all see the Cash App right there, but we want bigger people. We want the 50s and we want people to really come in and help tell your story. Have you written any of your story down as far as if someone was to ask you, what is your story? Have you been writing anything as far as a biography or anything just to be able to maybe give somebody like a transcript?
I have a real rough draft. And I said rough draft because I wrote it on paper first and then I typed it up. And it's real rough. But I did write my story. I just changed the name, but the events that's in the book are all real. I just need somebody, I want somebody to help me put it together.
Okay. Someone wants to know real quick, shout out Mike. He said, how long did you do in prison for the bank robbery?
In totality, it was 25 years and 6 months.
Okay, that's a long time. One lady wants to know, and she says, I hate to ask this question. Do you prefer same sex or are you attracted to women? They throw them out there.
Yeah, I understand. Yes, I love women.
Okay, definitely. All right, so LOL me, you heard that in regards. There are a lot of people that's in the comments, and I'm just going back to the comment section, that would say, hey, no. And again, these are the negative comments, but if we could address it if you want, but they're like, hey, no, that man, he was sweet in jail. He lived that life. He was one of those. Can you address anybody who feels like that was your preference back when you were 21 years old? getting 3 weeks in jail?
I can't convince nobody that.
Okay.
I've learned throughout my living, people are entitled to their feelings and opinions.
All
So
right.
I can't argue with how somebody feel or think. You know what I'm saying? So if that's how they feel, then that's how they feel.
Yeah, someone said, how did you go 25 years with no women around you? It's crazy because we talked to a lot of people. I'll let you answer that.
Who said I did?
Right. Right. It is great. Someone said, okay, someone asked how many times did it happen? And honestly, you've spoken that already. So y'all, of course we're going to put this out, but play it back. He said it only happened once. The dude tried to facilitate it happening again, but it was a no-go. Let me ask you, when the dude tried to facilitate it again, was there nobody else that you kind of confided to, like, hey man, this happened, and this dude is asking, because I know you said it was like a rumor that started going around, but it was your word versus his. As he's trying to, solicit himself back to you, did that not make you want to say, all right, we gotta, let me tell someone who might be more hardcore than me?
Yeah, because he kept sending messages to other people like, hey, tell Lil Red to come here, tell Lil Red to come here. And the people that he was telling was people that I was hanging around all the time in the unit that I was in. And it was two dudes out of New Orleans. And so eventually I just went ahead and told them.
Okay.
So they, up at the time, they were the only two that knew.
Okay, definitely. Again, I didn't want this to be a long reaction video. I want to kind of make this quick, to where you come in and speak on. So I'm going to see if some people have some more questions. You had a lot of prayers. For those that are sending you prayers right now, again, this happened you were 21 over 30 years ago.
Yeah.
For those that are sending you prayers now, can you at least speak to those people that's sending you the prayers right now?
I mean, it's welcome. I thank you for it, because, I still actually have to heal every day. It's not nothing that I can just walk away from. When I first came home, my mom and them was, sometimes they were trying to act like I had to walk out of prison and just walk away from everything as if it never happened. 25 years, it's just hard to walk away and then the next morning wake up and be like, hey, I'm forget all about that and walk on. So all the prayers is welcome because I still have to heal every day from that, mentally anyway.
And I don't know if we got a chance to ask, I don't remember, but do you have any kids? And if not, do you want any kids at this time?
The only son that I knew of died 2 years ago from fentanyl overdose.
Oh man, condolences. That means he must have been old or a little older.
Yeah, he was I think 27 at the time.
Oh man,
he was born in January of '95. He was born like 4 months after I had already went in.
Oh wow! Did you ever get a chance to know him, see him, pictures?
Yeah, his mom found me because I had one of my nieces start a Facebook page for me while I was in prison, and the mother found my Facebook page and found out that I was in prison, and she contacted me through the prison officials. We talked, and then I got him a visiting list, and she brought him out there when I was here in the prison here in Louisiana. So I met him when he was 19 years old.
Did the mother knew what happened to you back in Leavenworth?
No.
Okay. And again, shout out Jeter, Mr. Jeter. He said you're a brave man. Prayers to you. Shout out Angie Peterson. She said, "Love you, Vernon."
Hell, I love her too.
There you go. Lucy Lockett. She asked, "Did you get any healing or counseling in prison?" Now you spoke on therapy, but let's speak on the healing part. Did you find healing while you were serving your 25 years with all this?
Yeah, like I said, the healing came from going to therapy.
Okay.
I did a lot of individual therapy and a lot of group therapy. Now I got in group therapy that probably I had no business getting in, but I was just getting in it to, talk to people that I probably would have never ran into in the prison, just so I could get to know different people and hear their backgrounds and just learn. So just learning and being around different people just, I guess, healed me. So I guess.
If Dr. Phil reached out to you, would you be willing to go on Dr. Phil and tell your story?
Oof. Again, that goes to the 50 Cent question. Who was it?
Yeah, right. It's Dr. Phil, man. My mama watched Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, man. Shout out D-Lo Senior. He said, John, salute to you, brother. Again, a lot of people are saddened by your story, but a lot of people are empowered and giving you kudos for your bravery and salute. Are you seeing all that love coming? Did you look at the comments to see the love that's getting poured out?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
And even people that I've told about the interview, and they've watched it. They went inside the comments, and some people have even screenshotted the love that people have given me.
Okay, definitely. So with that being said, and I want to thank everyone for even being here to answer or to ask questions, and thank you for just being able to answer them. To be honest, but I do want to get back, of course, to the message at hand. And again, the Cash App is right there. East Traveler 357. Anything is appreciated. As you know, as you can see, Vernon is just a regular man working a 9 to 5. Actually, you working like 9. You working 9. Yeah,
it's more like 10 hours.
Yeah, you working 10-hour days. So anything, for Vernon, the strength that he had to come on this platform and tell the story, anything helps. Even if it's just $1, man, that's lunch. Back in 1991. So with that being said, if you don't mind giving, just for those who are listening to this and watching this, and again, there are some young people that's out there that's taking penitentiary chances right now. Serving 25.
Hold on, joke.
Go ahead.
I don't mean to cut you off, but did you give it? I didn't hear you give my message back. Can she heard me?
Which one? Who?
You said Angel Peterson, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let's make sure she heard you. Let's see if she responded. Because she said, "Love you, Vernon."
And I said, "Tell her I love her back."
Hey, Angie, you hear that? He love you back. Angie, she said, "I heard you." She said, "I heard you, Vernon. Loud and clear, sir. Loud and clear, sir." So yeah, and now you're gonna have a bunch of hearts coming through this motherfucker. Yeah. Someone said, watching from the UK. What are your thoughts on your story reaching outside of the States and getting, across the globe?
Yeah, somebody hit, a couple people hit, I think at least one person that I know of sent me a message on Instagram from the UK, and I was like, really, again, like I told you earlier, I did not realize your show was as big as it was. When I seen the message this morning from the guy from the UK, I was like, wow. That's
a different time zone. We're small fries. We're small fries. But again, seriously, your story is a big story that I think transcends not only boundaries and cultures, but time. This happened a long time ago, but this still goes on to this day, even though people probably won't admit it. It goes on to this day. So, someone said 2:15. It's 2:15 a.m. and they're watching you. So, wow. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Hey, we might have to get ready to cut this out because my battery.
Yeah, no. Again, so I'm about to cut off myself. So I just want to be able to just go ahead and let people know, as far as any young kids out there, just words of encouragement to kind of to not go to prison, if you don't mind. Just speak to the young kids out there that's taking these chances out here in these streets.
Yeah, my path started because I allowed people to get inside of my head by calling me negative names. So my thing is just, I know it's going to hurt people. There's that saying, sticks and stones break my bones, but words never hurt. That's a lie. That is a lie. But just hang in there. I know it's tough. God, I know it's tough. But just hang in there. It is going to be a bigger day, a brighter day.
Okay. Well, there you go, man. Vernon, this is not gonna be the last time we talk to you again. Anything you need from us on our end, let us know.
Okay.
We're building this relationship here, but I definitely want to tell people if they want to get at you, you gave your information in the interview. We're gonna put it back in the description. The Cash App is very active. Hopefully, you're responding to those that send Cash Apps.
Definitely. All I can do is send a heart.
Okay, yeah, no, you're right. I think you can send other emojis, but no, thank you for doing that. Thank you for letting them know that you see it. With that being said, I gotta say it one more time, man. Vernon, we'll get you back on, but for right now, Vernon, you've been on the couch, you're alumni, and you are a real life street star, man. We salute you, bro, man. I appreciate you, and God bless, sir.
All right, thank you.
All right, man.
All right.
Shout out Reallyfe Street Stars, nigga. Move. Hey.